All right, we're here with Representative Raul Labrador, who's running for the 1st Congressional District Republican nomination. Mr. Labrador, one of the men that endorsed your opponent, Senator John McCain, has advocated for sending 3,000 National Guard troops to the border. Last week, you called on President Obama to send troops to the border as well. Is 3,000 enough, or would you send more, or what would you like to see on the border?
You know, John McCain is actually an expert on the military, so I think if he thinks 3,000 is enough, that might be enough, but we need to do something. We need to make sure that we send enough troops to back up the Border Patrol, because the Border Patrol right now is being killed. They're being attacked by different people, and we need to make sure that we have enough people so we can secure that border.
Okay. McCain also believes that the U.S. government should use unmanned aerial drones to monitor the border. Would you support that plan? Why or why not?
Yes, I think I would support it. I think we need to use all the technology that's available to us right now, Dustin. All the technology that we have, so we can make sure that we don't have people that are wishing to do us harm come into the United States.
Okay, you have advocated for a reform of the guest worker program to allow streamlined entrance of those who want to work in our country legally. What would you like to see included in a guest worker program? Higher quotas, and would guest workers be required under your plan to carry a national ID card with a biometric identifier chip?
You know, I have no problem with if guest workers have a biometric ID card. I think what we need to make sure is that we have a guest worker program that first protects the American citizens. We need to make sure that we're not just bringing people here so we can pay them lower wages. We need to make sure that they're making a prevailing wage, and not the same wage that we would pay an American citizen. But if American employers cannot find American citizens to do the job, we need to have a streamlined process, a way like we did in the past, like Ellis Island, where you can go to a line and you can ask to enter the United States and you can be given an opportunity to enter into the United States.
Okay. Over in Idaho's 2nd Congressional District, candidates were squabbling over Mike Simpson's vote for the TARP bailout package. Do you think that vote was proper, or do you think he was out of line voting for that package?
You know, I watched the debate and I saw the concern that he had for the American people. I think he was wrong, but I understand what he was saying when he talked in the debate. However, I would not have voted for a TARP or for a bank bailout, because we needed to make sure that we corrected the market. And right now the market still has not been corrected because we keep subsidizing the market, and I don't think we have hit bottom. So we need to make sure that we stop bailing out these companies, we stop bailing out these banks, and that we actually take care of the American people.
Okay. Republican candidates always talk low taxes when running for office, and many conservatives believe that tax cuts will help end the recession more quickly than government spending. In your mind, should the government cut taxes to spur economic growth? If so, which taxes at the federal level should be cut?
Yes, I do, and I would immediately cut the corporate tax. If you look right now, American corporations are competing with all the other nations in the world, and that's why we keep losing American corporations to other nations. Right now, there's nations that have 0% corporate tax, and our companies are going to those places. We have the second highest corporate tax in the world, and we need to make sure that we can be more competitive. If we cut our corporate tax, you're going to see American corporations coming back, and we're going to see actually job growth.
Okay. Many believe that the education system in this country is failing us and putting us behind other countries by failing to provide a highly skilled and highly trained workforce. If elected, what would Congressman Labrador do to improve education in the United States?
To improve education?
Yes, sir.
You know, what we need to do is just let people take care of their own education. We don't need to have a federal government looking at how to improve education. We need to have more choices, and I think that would be the best way to improve education. I actually went to private schools when I was a young man, and that was a great sacrifice to my mother. She didn't have that much money. She went without certain things to put me in a private school because she thought that was the best education possible for me. And I think that's what we need to provide for the American people. We need to allow them to have the choices that they want. We may be able to give them block grants or some sort of grant so they can go to either a private school, a charter school, or a public school if they feel that the public school is the best choice for their kids.
Okay. Now, a new poll released today has you behind Mr. Ward by 18 points. What does that poll tell you about the race, and does it worry you?
You know, it doesn't worry me because if you look at that poll, I'm not that familiar with it, but apparently it says also that there's about 52% that are still undecided.
Right.
I think most people are going to decide in these last 2 weeks, and I think you will see an overwhelming majority of the people are deciding in the last 2 weeks that they're going to vote for me.
Right. Now, the man who conducted the survey, Mr. Greg Smith, he faulted you for not making more campaign appearances up in the North Idaho region, which we both know is heavily Republican and pretty active in politics. Do you plan to make more appearances up there in the next 2 weeks as the race draws near, or the election day draws near?
Absolutely. I'm going there next Monday. I'm going to be there Monday through Wednesday. I'm going to be making several campaign appearances.
Alrighty, thank you for your time.
All right,
sir.
thank you.